Why did I decide to go to law school when I would be over $100,000 in debt? So if you're worried about applying to law school, you're worried about money or stuff like that, watch this video to know what not to do, because I probably made the stupidest decisions possible while applying to law school. So one thing to know about me is I applied to pretty much every law school I could. I looked for all the free waivers. And yeah, I treat law school like an investment. So when I was applying, I paid those fees to apply to those schools. I applied to like 50 law schools, 50, because I was like, my LSAT score is not great and I want to guarantee that I at least get into some law schools. And I'll just admit, my year was, I think it was one of the hardest years for application cycles because the LSAT was 10 points higher than the average. I don't know why. But anyways, I'll just say I was getting rejected from some schools that I thought I would get a full ride from. I'm not going to call those schools out, but I'm just going to say I was stunned. Even the schools that I was getting waitlisted from, I'm like, there's no way. So basically I was down to 5 different schools and they were all different. One was ranked pretty high, but I basically had to get off the waitlist to get in. One, I was pretty much not committed, but I told them, I was like, yeah, I'm thinking about going here. It was good money. It was a decent rank, but I just hated the location. And then the other 3 schools, I was kind of waiting to get off the waitlist. So I had eliminated like the 20 other schools that I got into, and I just had 4 on the waitlist and 1 that I was planning on going into if I didn't get off the waitlist for the other schools. And anyways, it was about a week left, and I was planning on going to the one school that I thought I was going to in that state. I'm not going to call the state out or the school out because I don't want to like throw shade or anything because I didn't like it. But anyways, the week of law school starting, I heard from 4 different law schools and I got off the wait list on all 4. You all know the one story of how I got screwed over by that one law school that was a pretty high ranking. I'm not going to talk about that though for this story. But basically I got into Miami, Oregon, and I can't remember if the other one was Iowa or Wisconsin. I can't remember. It was one of those like Midwest schools. I can't remember though. But anyways, the other one, the Midwest school, didn't work out. So I was between Oregon, Miami, and the other school that I was planning on going into. And Miami gave me a good bit of money, but they basically told me it would be very hard for me to find a place to live and rent was super expensive, which I should have done the math. If I had gone to Miami, I would have saved a lot more money than the school I went to. I was like, oh no, I don't want to pay that much rent. And I'll be honest, I decided to go to Oregon the day up. It was a last second decision. My scholarship was pretty low and the ranking was okay. But I told myself, I'm like, I don't want to wait a whole nother year. I don't want to have to take the LSAT again. I looked at the school that I went to based off the classes it provided, which when I look back, I'm thinking how stupid that was, that I was looking at the class it provided, because I'm into sports and entertainment and some of the other schools that I like didn't offer those. But I think it's so stupid looking back at it now that I was worried about the classes, because that doesn't matter at all compared to what you want to do. And of course, the school I go to now, their ranking has just gotten worse and worse. It's gotten lower and lower. Whereas schools that I said, nope, I'm not going there, that almost gave me a full ride are in the top 60 now. So don't look at rankings when it's pretty close. Just don't focus on that because they're going to even itself out. I basically went to law school with a lot of debt because I'm like, I want to get law school done now. I know I want to go to law school. I'm in the study mode. I want to get it done now. And I was like, I'm going to have to take on debt anyways. I just want to do it now. I think also because I wasn't super confident in the LSAT and I didn't believe in myself to raise the score to where I would get a good scholarship. But again, that was, I looking back at it now, I'm like, what the hell was I thinking? Why didn't I wait another year? Why didn't I try and raise my LSAT? Why would I go to a school that's not in even the location that I want to practice in and take on that debt? I don't know. I think I just got so tired of people telling me don't do it, that I wanted to do it. Because it got annoying hearing people say, oh, don't go to law school if you're not in the top 14, or oh, don't go to law school if you have to take on debt. I just got tired of it. I will say though, if you're scared about going to law school for debt, I've been offered a job. I was offered a job with 6 figures immediately out of law school. I turned it down because I wasn't interested, but still, you're going to pay off the debt eventually. It's just a big, I would say, burden that you need to get off your chest. I will say it'll take me like 10 years, I think, to get the debt off. Hopefully the TikTok career pans out though, and hopefully maybe I can pay it off in less time than that. But yeah, I wish I could really answer that question. I just don't know why. I think I just did it because I wanted to start law school and get it going and just move on with my life. And I thought I'd rather live in a place where I'd be happier and have a lot of debt than go to a place that I'd be miserable at for 3 years and not have as much debt. Because I'm like, you know what? I can always pay off the money when I'm older. Right now, I want to live my life and do that. Looking back at it now, though, I think I probably should have chosen the school with less debt. I would have been miserable there for 3 years, but I feel like law school is kind of a miserable situation. It's not always miserable. There's a lot of fun things as well, but it depends on where you live though. Because if I went to that school, I think I would have been miserable. So maybe that wouldn't have been the right decision. I don't know. I wish I could answer this, but I would just say, please be very patient when you're thinking about where to go to law school. And I would say to get advice, but people that gave me advice made it even more confusing for me because people would conflict with what they said. I would say just to trust your gut and believe in yourself. That's all I could say. And if you need to take another year to take the LSAT or to think it over again, I would do that.